One not-so-beautiful day, Robert is called by his department head and informed of his dismissal. The man clearly feels awkward and apologizes to Robert. The current economic state is not good, the numbers are not adding up, and in order to keep the corporation alive, management had to reassess priorities. So despite Robert's considerable time working for the corporation, the higher-ups deemed him unfit for further collaboration. And although the head himself disagrees with this decision, there is nothing he can do. Robert is shocked. He has not taken a vacation in 2 years and has never taken a sick leave. But the management's decision is final. The distraught young man seeks help from a specialist. Lately he has been feeling tired, hardly sleeping and unable to concentrate on even the simplest of tasks. Additionally, he experiences severe headaches when near the television or computer. And now, on top of it all, he has been laid off when he was aiming at a promotion. The doctor asks if the young man sees anything strange around him. When he receives a negative answer, he explains that Robert is not the first to come to him with similar complaints. He then prescribes a new experimental drug from Canada. The young man starts taking 2 pills a day, and almost immediately, while sitting in front of the television, he suddenly sees an incredible scene. Half of those surrounding the president are not humans. Disgusting creatures with shrimp-like faces pretend to be humans and are firmly embedded in human society, occupying mainly responsible positions and high posts, and apparently secretly controlling governments of different countries. At this moment, Robert, who is shaken, is called out by his girlfriend Ellen, who is concerned about his well-being. He didn't sleep again last night and looks tired. He tries to show her what he sees, but she doesn't understand. Everything around them seems normal. It's time for her to go to work now, but she'll come back in the evening and they'll watch a movie together. For now, she asks him to take a walk and get some fresh air. Robert complies with her request, but as he steps outside, he encounters a homeless old man who constantly mutters that they are everywhere. And judging by the fact that the creatures have taken over the entire world, they arrived a long time ago. Robert brushes off the crazy old man. As he walks through the city, he constantly comes across disgusting monster faces. Literally every other person he passes has a face with wriggling tentacles. And then Robert sees a meat truck, where he sees human bodies that have been butchered and prepared, apparently to feed the monsters. The frightened and depressed guy tries to call Ellen, but she's unavailable. In the evening, she returns from work and is scared by Robert, who is waiting for her in the dark kitchen. He asks her to trust him and tells her about what he discovered today. There are alien creatures around them that feed on humans. And then he tries to persuade the girl to take one of his pills. But Ellen is convinced that it's all side effects of the pills. She is strongly against it and believes that even if she takes the medicine, she still won't see what Robert sees. But that's exactly what he needs. If she sees something different, it means the drug is working. But if she also sees monsters with shrimp faces, then the medicine really shows reality. Nevertheless, Ellen refuses to take the medication. Robert becomes agitated and tries to force Ellen to take the pill, but the girl breaks free and leaves, convinced that her friend needs help. Robert rushes to the clinic, but when he enters the office, he sees a nurse with a monster face. He apologizes and runs away. The frightened and bewildered man goes back out into the street. He looks at the cityscape, feeling like he's in danger, when a police car stops next to him, and the guy sees 2 aliens in uniforms inside. Suddenly, one of them pulls out a gun and follows the man. Seeing this, Robert runs into a narrow alley, dodging bullets. The monster chases him. Robert is hiding around the corner, and when the monster catches up to him, he hits it with a brick in the face with all his might, which surprisingly shatters easily into pieces. The creature falls, and Robert, seeing that it's still alive, starts hitting it on the head until it stops showing signs of life. Later, Robert's gaze falls on the gun. He picks it up and tries to call Ellen again, but she's unreachable. So Robert goes to his former workplace where his girlfriend works. Upon entering, he shouts Ellen's name, and she, surprised, looks out to see Robert opening fire on one of the men. The thing is, the guy saw his unearthly face and used his weapon for defense. But feeling his power, he begins to methodically shoot the aliens. The employees fall to the floor, and Robert walks down the hallway and shoots those with ugly tentacled faces for heads, apologizing to the people and shouting out his girlfriend's name. When he reaches the boss's office, he sees his human face and takes the man out to the common room, demanding that he lie on the floor. Then Ellen stops him. She asks him to put down the gun and explains that the whole blame for what happened lies with the doctor who gave patients untested drugs, for which he was arrested earlier today. All news channels are now reporting on it. Many people filed complaints against him after they started taking the pills. And everything Robert sees in front of him is not real and is only happening in his head. Therefore, the girl asks him to lower his weapon and release everyone who is still alive. But Robert disagrees and demands that she take one pill, threatening to kill the chief if she refuses. The girl is forced to comply and take the medication. Robert wishes her to see the reality around her and goes to the roof. He looks out over the city from the height and sees many police cars blocking the building. Sirens are blaring, police and bystanders are everywhere, and he stands alone on the roof and sees a helicopter approaching him with sharpshooters aiming at him with their weapons. Cornered, Robert sits down on the parapet and puts the barrel of his gun into his mouth. But when he pulls the trigger, there is no shot. He has run out of ammo. Robert bitterly laughs and looks at the armed policeman approaching him. Meanwhile, downstairs, an investigation of the incident is underway in the office. The chief gives testimony to the arriving police. The frightened people tidy themselves up. Ellen, crying, sits on the couch, trying to come to her senses and examining the horrific traces of Robert's presence in the room. But at one point she lifts her head and suddenly sees, instead of the chief's face, a disgusting alien creature. A quite interesting, albeit not new, concept of using medication, which makes one think about uncontrolled intake of anything. What is better, to suffer from painful symptoms in the company of ordinary people, or to feel healthy and discover monsters around you?